Watch Eileen eat tamales.
Okay. She's good.
Why does YouTube say it's processing and then it's fucking takes forever? There's nothing to process. What the fuck?
There we go. We got this chance. That's a good sign. I double checked all this before I go last week.
Listening to Kill Radio here in Los Angeles, California.
So, did you pick up any stray lesbians looking for a thrill yesterday?
Oh, I couldn't decide. My favorite one, I'll tell you, my favorite one was eat pussy, not animals. And I asked her, I said, was that an individual request or was it a collective idea? Because I'm willing to work with you.
Either way.
And one chick says, one open mic girl goes, hey man, anybody here willing to eat my pussy without fucking me? And I said, well, was cuddling involved after that? Or that's how tired I am. I'm older than I used to be. I don't have to get laid all the time.
2 words you don't want to hear when somebody's doing that is my neck.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Just get down there, motherfucker. Fuck
That's
your neck.
funny.
They can have
You know my favorite one though, my name about that was this black dude. He was totally anti-stereotype, which is really cool. He goes, if you're eating pussy and your face don't get wet, you ain't eating pussy.
That's right.
Dude, that's awesome. That's an awesome joke.
So, what was the estimated turnout yesterday?
About 500,000. It was more, a little less than
That's what
last
the
year,
mayor said.
but it was big. And it was also more organized too, though. So they had it more organized.
Yeah, last time
Did
was
you
the
make it
same.
to the stage?
I didn't really want to. I just walked around and looked at people and
I
bumped
caught
into
a
a
video
couple
of Natalie Portman talking.
Damn, I missed that.
Is she wearing her swan costume?
No.
She's so cute. I love her.
It was
She's got a
Natalie.
beautiful face. Such
She
a
is
bum.
She was, talking about how
You know, Sid dragged me to every Jewish grave in
how
the city.
misogyny had shaped her career from the age of 13.
Wow.
Gee.
And this is the capper. This will be the Jew. This will
Is
be
it legal to blow out when it's not a holiday? I guess it would be.
do they allow Jews on the air before nightfall?
No, but I mean, it's really just like a
It is.
notification or
It is so good.
specifically.
But it is
Show
so
us
good.
stuff off.
Show far, show good.
But I'm thinking about
Yeah, but starting with what?
Go ahead, track 8.
8. Oh, 8. Make it so easy for me.
Oh, I like these, John.
I can't believe after all that.
Well, okay, just let me put the music out.
Damn thing isn't even on
Oh, go
YouTube
to
yet.
playlist 2.
I'm
Oh,
doing it.
you're there. Okay.
Thank you, though.
Well, okay, yeah.
This is good, but I want something sweet and disgusting. I may have to go across the street.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, there's plenty of disgusting things right here in the room.
I love this.
I'm going to say it one more time. Really, really, really important to me to remind everybody to be on the mic. Good morning.
Why?
Just take me a few minutes. I'll relax after the show starts.
Relax, you? Ah!
No. Eileen, I'll make you the spanking later. He interviews Lee Merriweather and the other chick from the other Catwoman, who was not dead.
Julie Newmar?
Julie Newmar. And he goes, one point, the girl goes, fuck Halle Berry. Fuck Halle Berry. He goes, yeah, we want to fuck him, but fuck him for now. We have the real Catwoman here. It was funny as hell. And he just flirted with these old women, man. And Lee Merriweather goes, I think you need a spanking. You're a bad boy. He goes, what
Was
did
she
you
married to that $1 billion bionic man, or am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't know.
That was
It was
Farrah
very
Fawcett.
funny interview.
She was beautiful. I remember her.
Oh, absolutely. Fucking Miss America. Okay, Jan, I want to turn this one off. How do I go back to the other one?
Oh,
I can stop.
Right click. Just right click.
Lord, this is good.
And go previous playlist, right?
Playlist 2. Previous. Oh no, you can just stop it.
Let's stop. Thanks, buddy.
I love this station. I love the way
And then
Well, they cleaned it up. Have you seen it?
Just
before?
double click
Have you seen
anything
before?
on there
It
and
was a
it will
shithole
restart.
before, and they like cleaned it up and redid the whole
David,
thing. It
Are
was
you
great.
Thanks for those.
recording?
I love this.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I love
so
this.
happy.
I know.
I just love the
Well, I
Reminds me
made
of
sure.
this other
You're over the
stations
week,
I've
middle of the week, I
used
just
to
triple check those all the time.
Dribble checked.
Dribble, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I heard that. That's
You
good.
don't like ZRD, but
That's the combination of triple and double, the dribble.
Years and years ago, I had a
I
brother who
was
a
drunk.
DJ
I was
EFT
drunk,
used
so
to-
I dribble checked
Oh
it.
man, his record collection is unbelievable. There's one
Good morning
song
to you,
I used to
brother.
hear, and I've never found out who did that song. I don't even know the name of it. I've looked, I've got
after the
every
show,
variation on name.
That's awesome. We're hosting tomorrow night, by the way. At the Tribal.
Oh yeah.
We had some good, we'll get there a little earlier, I think. We had some good nights there. We had some shitty nights there too, like every other night, but we had some good ones.
Well, it's always good to
Actually, you know what? It's always sort of sweet no matter what.
It's good when your ringer shows up.
That was my annual.
Well, and one more time, once again, we're back at James Potpourri at killradio.org. Get your laugh on, get your music on. In the meantime, you are beautiful, even though I do lie a lot.
Right at 9. I'm awake.
That was my annual appearance.
This is a nice little show in the morning, start off.
And I will now do my
And then he
interpretation.
does a nut.
And I'll do my interpretive listen.
There's a really funny bit when Ellen DeGeneres, who does her after she came out, whatever, and then she did this one-woman show, you know, and she goes, "Yeah, I've had a really interesting year," and all, of course, all lesbian audience mostly, you know, like, "Oh, of course, yeah." You know. And then she goes, "I want to explain to you an interpretive dance," and she does this fucking goofy ass thing for like 5 minutes. It's very funny. But, you know, she's really just like an old Jerry Seinfeld comedian.
It's amazing. to
All
me
her
that-
jokes are basically like safe as fuck.
I know, and like middle America just has accepted her. They don't give a shit that she's a lesbian. It's very strange to me.
I actually like
Well,
that part
because
of
she
it.
did stay very mainstream down the middle.
Oh, dude,
of the road.
She
completely
is,
mainstream.
but I mean, you know, it's like
Dude,
And she's a genuinely nice person.
I don't know about that
I
part.
hate that.
Around it.
I hate that.
I don't buy that actually. I think she's a fucking nasty little wretch. I've been told.
But she's
But-
clean as a whistle.
Oh, I think it's Wesley. Yeah. But the joke about shampoo. If you need to read instructions on shampoo, maybe you shouldn't. Yeah, that's actually that's like a Jerry Seinfeld joke. But I'm telling you, this book I read, actually,
I know, yeah.
you should check it out.
He's a
Well,
reader, my boy.
that's
He's a
why
reader.
that's
It's-
why I
it's-
dug up all dead guys.
It's
to me.
really quite good. Eileen.
I love that
Like,
cover.
Just really a good book and very funny
Is that from the library?
and rough. Yeah.
I said, what you
Well,
call it?
hey, that's what I go. That's my life. Go to the library. I love the
Reserve
fucking
it.
library.
Oh, there's Jonathan Winter.
I haven't been in the library yet.
What?
I have not been in the
Oh,
library.
yeah, no, this one. You have great libraries in Chicago.
There's moms.
Yeah.
Look at these
Moms.
people. Lenny.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a one-man show in town. Lenny
Oh,
Bruce
come on.
and
You know what that's
Mom.
supposed to be? Sergeant Pepper.
I know, but I'm just looking at the names of the people.
Yeah. Was the person I stayed with, I think, said there was like 6 or 8.
Put a Richard Jennings after this called Bad News.
There's
Wait,
what's
what?
So,
his
Jen, we're
name?
gonna do Richard
No, I
Jennings.
said
Richard Jennings Bad.
Some of
News.
them I don't know.
I run into someone.
Wasn't it a car
No, no, I
dealership?
saw that. We'll play that later. I saw that. We'll play that.
I saw Chris Sullivan at Paramount.
Good. I don't know who he is. Oh, there's some.
Brooks, Colonel Reiner, Mel.
He's the
Dick
only star
Cavett.
I've seen besides the
Is Dick
star
Cavett
walking
a comedian?
dog and,
You know what's funny, dude? Like I've been to
You
LA
gotta
for
be
a
here for a while.
long time now, and occasionally
Yeah.
I'll see a star here and there. I have over the years, but when I was in Manhattan, dude, the amount of fucking movie stars and rock and roll stars was fucking just all the fucking time. It was ridiculous walking on the street, Swish Sting walking on the
And
street,
Bennett
like Woody
too.
Allen in the
More
bar.
condensed
It's
place.
just
Bennett
fucking-
name drops about New York in his time.
It's a beautiful fucking city.
David Brenner looks like me with a short haircut. I
Another
swear.
super talented guy.
Look at that.
Damn, he was talented.
It's the Jew look.
Super talented.
get a Jew me down.
Is that a new position?
Oh my God, no. Yeah, sure. Well, it depends.
Easy Kanish. Dude, I tell you something, Eileen. This is true, by the way. Just to let you know, it's a little Jewish show already. That fucking Hanukkah show we did, I think it's one of the best shows I've done in a long fucking
I
time.
can't remember. I don't
You
even
were
think I
here.
listened to
It
that
was
yet.
so fucking beautiful. You gotta please listen to that
The
show.
music
It's
was
so
wonderful.
unreal. And we weren't stupid. We went all over the place. I fucking found shit that this fucking like African Hanukkah music.
I know. I'm always
fucking-
impressed by your wealth of knowledge of music and how much you love it. It's just great.
It was really fun.
Now here, you can look at all your numbers. Come on, YouTube, light me up here.
But it was really one of my favorite shows. I like the Christmas show too. A week later, We chose really short. My friend Brenda did a bunch of short stories, which were really cool. And then my friend Jennifer, who wrote her story, Jen did a really good story about this mother-in-law he saw. So it was really cool. But the songs were good. I'm not saying the songs were good, but just that they weren't quite as unique as the Hanukkah tunes.
Oh, that was
yeah.
You know what I did?
I love your fucking your Hanukkah little prayer at the end of the show.
That inspired me too. I've got this thing I got up from the library, and I was like 5 hours worth of documentary in the history of the Jews, and I'm learning stuff I never did. It's
awesome.
Amazing. There was some kind of little island they used to live on called Elephantini. I mean, just it goes on and on.
It's really far out.
Are you playing any Pygmy Markham?
I tell you this, I have.
Where did all?
I have played him.
You playing any today?
I don't have any. I don't have any radio.
Because they stayed, they were an ethnocentric group that stayed to themselves. They were all outsiders and never assimilated.
60s,
so that's
he was
why
too afraid not to.
people don't like people that are different. And plus, you know, they have a reputation as having killed Christ.
He's no one.
And
there's his thing.
He was a trumpet
Yeah, we didn't really, we just
But
turned it
I'm not
on.
going to be mad at you for that, even if it were so.
But he said that he played.
I mean,
he
like
said he
Jews
did
were the
say 15
niggers of
jokes,
Europe.
and they had to send the band out every single time because they
And
laughed.
what's so funny is in history,
funny.
first there'd be a king that would like him and take him back in, everything's good. Then like 12 years later, no, we're expelling you all, get the fuck
get
out.
out of here,
And then, you know, 100 years later, then they want 100 years later, come on back, it's good. I mean, what a crazy fucking life.
And they have
Richard Jennings. Richard Jennings, this motherfucker is unreal. He also killed himself too. Making $1 million a year as a stand-up, not a TV show guy, it's a straight stand-up. That's all he did.
He killed himself?
He killed himself 2 years ago. But his shit was smart as fuck. His comedy was smart.
I was surprised to find out that Tom Petty ended up dying of an accident
That's
overdose.
what Novo came.
But when I read of all
The same shit that killed fucking Prince.
but I mean, he had like, they listed like 10 different things. Oh my God, you'd think somebody would know.
Prescription.
You know, in the Quad Cities where he landed before they took him back to Minneapolis, there's a little plaque on the airport that said Prince landed here.
That broke my heart that he died. And Bowie, you kind of, I'm not saying, I don't like Bowie dying either, but Bowie was sick as fuck. And he created this great piece of art before he died. That Black Star is a national fucking piece of music. Dude, what the fuck?
Come on. There it is, Stormy Daniels. That's gonna be one of them. I found my bug song too. How does Terry get on my feed?
So this is gonna be really funny, that like this show's gonna be funny to edit. Because we're not gonna be paying attention as much during the actual show, these bits and stuff, but then we edit later, it's gonna be like funny as fuck. You will Miles Davis after this. A short Miles Davis piece, and we'll all come up with
Pay attention, this is really important. Okay, you see this massive blob of white shit that you don't even understand? Hanging out in the middle of the ocean where nobody even lives?
Track number 1.
This thing
The
goes
shorter
to
track.
a place you're not going. Head this way over a lot of people that you could give 2 shits about. And then sails in this section that you haven't even heard.
Unreal.
Well, a bunch of daring animals could experience doom.
I brought in like Flexner music.
It's good.
What kind of music? I thought you said cholesterol music.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Eastern European blues. That's what Flexner music is.
That's where I think Customer was like happy music.
There's a great documentary called
They do both.
The Fiddler Goes Home. I've told you that story before, but Isaac Perlman does this documentary when he goes like Eastern Europe with his fucking $400,000 fucking violin. He's walking around in like all these old Jewish gypsies and shit, playing the violin with him and shit. There's a great scene when the guy goes, "Hey, can I play that?" And he's like, "Okay." Yeah, he has with the violin. The guy's just fucking, he's just smoking on the fucking thing. Dude, the guy buys his fucking violin a seat when he's playing. And you know what? You're better. Because you're saying that you got a fucking $500,000 fucking violin, and you don't fucking, that's a seat. Isaac's awesome, dude. Isaac's awesome.
That's Diddy, why Diddy? Leon Redbone version of Diddy, why Diddy? Or how's it go?
I remember Leon. You know, they got a
I got
Customer
on the
band
bus,
here.
put my hat on the seat. A lady came and sat on it and said, "Boy, you sure was neat. With that Diddy, why Diddy?"
There's a klezmer band in LA.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, we're all over.
I can be in it, but it's not really cut out for piano.
It's not me.
Horrible
We saw
piano.
where two of them were married. Two of his sisters were married. They were married in
Oh,
Wilson.
yeah, it's just right. It's phonetic.
You're ready.
They need instrumentals. But
Oh,
it's mostly
Flesh-
instrumental.
Yeah. And husband
Tom Fox.
Instrumental
yeah,
record.
yeah, he's they're buried next to each
He
other.
wrote the first song. He wrote the first show.
Huh?
Play
And he
accordion.
acted in the second show. Not Boston. It's really fucking
How long
He
you
was the writer of the first Tom Fox show. And
I
then he's an
saw
actor
that
in the
Polka
second.
King movie on
Always fucking
Netflix
talented.
with Jack Black. It was so funny. We even had Judy Tenuta in it because she was a
I'm
choreographer.
going on the mic in about 29 seconds, folks.
Alright,
So you're really close. Especially the woman with the not as good mic.
I'm gonna be right up there.
Oh, yeah, you gotta poke that mic up to
I have a dirty job. Well, we're gonna talk.
Just swallow that motherfucker.
We're gonna talk.
That's what she said.
We're gonna have a good time. Nice seeing you, Sid. I don't mean to be I always
No, not exactly. It's too
I always want to make sure the show is starting before I get Forgot what I was doing for a second. Forgot what I was doing for a second there.
Oh, you're playing another song.
It's, you know, it was a three. Why you start with three?
No, this is 4, actually.
No.
Oh, the Miles Davis.
Yes. It's all right.
Oh, I thought,
Gotta pay
we
attention.
were ready to be on mic.
I know. I was. I spaced. I spaced, John. We're gonna go on mic after this.
Well, good. That means I got time to pee. Do I need a key?
Do I
It's a
need
really
key
short
to
song.
pee? Do I need a key to pee?
I'll pee fast.
Fast.
And I'll go smoke a
Let's
cigarette.
see.
It might be open.
Okay.
The song's only 2 minutes long, folks.
Dude, I can pee in his hands
I
if needed.
believe it's that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's be podcast for 4 or 5 days. Nice seeing you, man.
It's good to see you too. Been a long time, actually. It's been a very long time.
Well, a few months. When you went to town, you came to town. I saw you right there with that weird fucking band.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is fun, by the way. I had a good time. I was about that often. I've been doing some of the best performances we've done ever lately. Just brutal shit. Really good.
You know,
I work hard at it.
oh I know. Yeah, that was a weird.
Well, that was fine. I had no problem with that. It was silly.
I know you didn't, but it was silly and stuff. But
I like silly.
yeah, but I flew back right away because I had a better gig. MCA. I've got a meeting with them when I get back.
Who's MCA?
Museum of Contemporary Art.
Oh, okay.
It's a big deal.
I know.
Big deal in Chicago.
I know what it is.
But you know, I know why.
I did.
I know I
I
must
think it was in San Francisco.
I know why most people leave Chicago. This is
Why did you go?
square. Because it's square there. It's conservative there. You can say, yeah, you know it is.
Nah, I don't quite agree with that.
I do.
It has some elements that are conservative, yeah.
Yeah, but why did you leave Chicago? Same reason.
No,
No.
not.
Then why'd you leave?
Because I had a personal shit going on in my life at the time. I didn't want to be around.
Got it. So you went to the furthest place you could go to.
It was either in New York or LA, and my friend who I didn't want to see in New York. Actually, she's there now.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to go to warmer weather. 213-908-5617, Jimmy's Potpourri, KillRadio.org. First of all, oh, Jen just stepped out of the room. So, my co-host stepped out of the room, so my guest, my host S for the day, and my host for the day is with us. So, I want to say good morning to our star from Hollywood first. Eileen, how are you?
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, nice seeing you again.
Nice to be seen.
You got a nice smile.
Oh, yeah.
You look all.
I feel like a hot tamale in the
but
morning.
you look like a fuzzy sort of thing going on there. all that.
Well, sitting here
sweatery-
naked, I knew I should have shaved.
Sweat. I don't mean that part. I'm talking about like your sweaters and
Oh, yeah.
scarves. All that.
It's a little nippy.
Yeah, it's funny how I notice that a lot of people that are like Hawaiian and Californians, when it gets a little cold, they really dress up.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people from Chicago like me, man. I'm like, this is be lovely weather.
I've got clothes under my clothes under my clothes.
Exactly, you're closed up.
My underpants have underpants.
That's funny. I used to love that. My dad, when we were kids, my mom would sew my father's old pajama bottoms into my blue jeans. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievably fantastic.
That's the way to do
It
it.
is, it's really nice.
I
And
have
we
a pair of flannel lined pants that my brother gave me that I wore for years until someone stole them from me. I
Flannel
missed them.
pants,
I
dude.
missed them. I really missed those pants. Not the guy that stole them.
No. It's funny, like certain things I'll never buy secondhand. Certain things I'll never buy secondhand.
You
One
can
is
wash
any kind of undergarment.
You can wash it in bleach.
You know, but think about it, I've had scabies once when I was a kid.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And ever since if you have scabies once in your life, you don't want to have that again.
I don't think I've had
By the way, we're ignoring our Chicago guests.
Am I making nostalgic?
Well, that's
Yeah.
nothing new.
That's funny. Well, that's very funny.
Better
I was
breeze.
only did it for a moment, by the way.
Yeah.
The fact that I was actually mentioned a lot means I wasn't ignoring.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it happens in Chicago too.
Go close to the mic. Don't leave.
I'm getting as
There
close
we
as
go.
I can.
Right on. Listen, that's better, yeah. But having in Chicago. First of all, let's say hi to this young man. Hello,
Hello.
Sid. How are you?
Jim, I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I'm all right.
Long been-
You're one of the rare people to call me Jim. There's a few. Yeah, I don't mind. There's a few. I know that my roommate calls me Jim sometimes too. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There's a little bit of buzz there.
Buzz?
Buzz.
Turn the monitor up. Let's hear it.
But
No, up.
Well, I've
Over
always
here.
known you as Jim.
Here's some
I
monitor.
mean, that's.
Do we got any? Not much.
That's.
Is it working?
I think, oh, it's okay. We go. Yeah.
Check our thousands of listeners.
No. Don't worry about that right now. So. What am I gonna say? How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Welcome to LA.
Hey, thanks. I love LA.
You've been bopping around a little bit. I noticed I've been sort of keeping track of you via the electronic media.
Yeah.
You brought that Chicago chill with you. Is it your fault?
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
It's funny. I love it when
It's
gets like this.
refreshing, I guess.
I like it when it comes here because it doesn't get as cold. It's funny. My sisters, a couple of them moved to Mississippi, which I still can't figure out why. But it's other than the fact that it's cheap as shit full of rednecks. But other than that, I don't know why you want to move there. But they've been telling me that it's been like 20 degrees like, in Mississippi. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, on the coast and stuff. And I read this article on the paper about how alligators survive the frozen weather. Is that they crack their noses through the ice. They'll be under the water 90% of their bodies, but then their nose will be cracked through the ice so they can still breathe. Because they don't breathe underwater. You know, it's pretty interesting. I went to the Women's March yesterday and went home and masturbated afterwards.
Well,
I thought that was
doing
just
it
I'm sorry,
during-
that was such an obvious fucking joke that I just had to do it. It was just right in front of my face. I had to walk right into it.
You know, the week before I left, it was minus 14 in the morning, minus 8, minus 6. So I would love to see LA get through this.
Yeah. I tell you something. I did similar to that. I left Chicago on the 1st of February, and I came back in the middle of March, and I spent the entire 6 weeks in the east coast of Mexico. And I'm telling you, man, I got on the plane. I had like Hawaiian shirts
Oh, yeah.
and everything else above me. So I had layers, but I just peeled all the layers off and walked off. I was like 85 degrees and sunny as fuck. I was like, oh god, this is fantastic. But yeah, so okay. Look at that. Look at that. John's raising me up here. I feel rose up, buddy. Thank you, man. What else did I say? Oh yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm in between angry most of the time, depressed the other part of the time, and occasionally giddy with joy.
Anger is supposed to be a step
Yeah,
above
but I can't
depression,
tell the
so
difference.
you're headed in a good direction in there apparently.
Yeah,
Until you start taking out whole blocks of people.
I don't want to do that.
Is that like 7 stages or what?
No, they just say that depression is anger turned inward. So if you're turning it outward, at least you're getting it out.
That can be true. I think there's some validity to that. I think there's some validity to that.
I don't know.
I
I went through my angry phase for about 10 years.
Right.
And,
It can be
you
exhausting.
get stuck
Oh, I
in
think
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's really tiring.
I had to give it up. I did.
It can be really tiring.
Or you can do handball and sports and whatever.
You know what's really funny about that? I read this article about that. It's really interesting too because they said if you're really angry, you should like punch your pillow as an example. But really, that's just bullshit. Because what you really should do when you're angry is fucking take a deep breath or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. Relax. because really, when you just punch a pillow, it's not enough. Like you want to punch the other pillow, and the other. You know, it's not like although there's two great musicians that I've enjoyed over the years. One of them was Marvin Gaye. The other one was was it Iggy Pop? I can't remember. I think it might have been Iggy. Oh, damn, I can't remember who it was. Or some punker. He goes, I know it was Johnny Lydon from the Sex Pistols. He goes this line. He goes, Marvin goes, "Anger destroys your soul." Right? That's from the Marvin Gaye point. But then Johnny Lydon said, "Anger can be power if you know how to use it." So either way, then they're both right.
Well, maybe anger is depression turned outward.
Something.
You know, maybe you're better off depressed because then you're not hurting anybody except maybe yourself. And,
That's no good.
you know, maybe by finding that balance there, maybe anger can be used constructively.
It can be.
If you aim it right, it's kind of hard to control. I don't know, but
It's a trip, dude.
I think the psychologists also say that the whole punching the pillow thing actually only builds on your anger
That's
and
what I'm saying, yeah.
frustration because you're not really doing anything constructive.
Right.
Probably, and the other thing I was going to say is, introspection is not anger turned inward.
No.
Introspection. I mean,
No, that's
to
spectrum
have
turned inwards.
honest understanding of what's going on is a good way to disseminate anger. Is to gain perspective on the individual situation.
Well, you kind of look at it. I look at it. There's a funny thing about that. There's a what's this? Was it Nietzsche who said this? He goes like, if a life unexamined is not a life worth living.
Yeah, the unexamined life.
But then at the same time, if you over-examine it, you're not really living.
And
So you have to find a balance between. Because I examine my life all the fucking time. But at the same time, I also participate in it.
I believe in the need to know basis.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah. Well, that's great. Because I'll tell you something. I want to tell you one more thing about this. One place music where Sid's going to do some cool stuff. You are. Everybody is. But I want to say one thing about that. And John knows a little bit of this story. We had someone, I don't relive this, it pissed me off. But I put together a show a few months ago for somebody that I thought was really into doing the show. Which is, like, nothing wrong with that. It turned out they weren't in retrospect. But I remember talking one time, and I made really casual conversation. I said, "Yeah, really casual. I really appreciate your enthusiasm on my show and on what I'm going through because, A, I appreciate it, and B, I deal with a little bit of depression sometimes. I didn't say like I'm suicidal. I just said I deal with a little bit of depression sometimes." And then she's fucking spent the next 10 minutes telling me about her suicide attempts and shit. I'm going, I'm like, I don't know you that well. I can say something. Give me, like you said, need to know basis. Let's have sex 4 or 5 times before you tell me you want to kill yourself.
That would do it right there.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a reason to kill. Exactly. I'll give you a reason to kill yourself. God damn.
Talk about it.
Jesus, fuck. But again, I think it has to do with the fact that we live in a very narcissistic society, and I think people want to be the best at whatever, like the best depressed, or the best child abused, or the best whatever the fuck it is. It's like AA meetings are half the time, especially in this town. Oh, that's
Trying to outdo your narrative.
right. Yeah. And I was the other day, like a lot of people tell you really sad stories, but they add a little at the end. Because they want to make it sadder than it really is. And you're thinking to yourself, well, what you told me is sad enough. You don't need to add some weird shit at the end to make it even sadder.
Could never be too sad.
Apparently not. All right, babies, we'll be right back. We got Sid coming on the mic soon doing some groovy shit. We got John doing some groovy shit. And we've got Eileen doing some stuff. And me, I'm just going to make some pastry. Jeez.
I wish.
I have to tell you that
Nat King Cole.
yeah,
Jumping at the Capitol.
before he was
Can I shut that window a little? Is that okay?
Of course.
I'm so fucking cold. I'm sorry.
Of course you can.
yeah, I gotta tell you that I talked to somebody midweek. I told him I was doing this show, and then he said, "Well, what kind of station are they?" I said, "Oh, they're community radio." And then he just started laying into me. Now, this is a station I used to work at, which is professional, but I got booted from the show because they suspended me because I corrected a guest. That was my crime against humanity.
That's too PC.
He kept pronouncing Morton Grove wrong. You know Morton Grove, the city? You know it? Yeah, so he kept pronouncing it wrong. So I corrected him on the air. But they didn't tell me that. And in this meeting, both the hosts yelled at me trying like I felt like I'd been arrested, and they were trying to interrogate me and beat a confession on me, and I didn't know what I did. And they just wanted me to be the old Sid, which was they used to walk on me. And
Right.
I don't want to be walked on.
Nobody walks on this Sid, you, buddy.
Yeah, that's why I got suspended for like.
All right, so Sid, what do you have? What do you got? Like, what do you want to? Okay, you got something to do right away.
You know what I'd like to do?
Tell me.
Maybe if you want something funny, I'd like to do.
What you do what you want to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to do Middelfart, which is a poem about flatulence.
Okay, we can do that.
Is there anal singing with
Must be
that?
going into something
It depends on
appropriate
how
to
you look
follow
at
that
it.
up with.
You well, I like to do. I don't want to do comedy top time necessarily. Now you okay?
If you
You're
don't,
gonna, all right, you're
if
gonna
you,
ready
if
to
you
go.
don't want, if you don't want comedy
I should
necessarily,
listen.
No, I'm not saying
Like
that.
that.
Jackie
No,
Mason, I brought in a Jackie
just
Mason
talk
bit
to
about
you.
erectile
Listen to our
dysfunction
conversation.
medicine. It's funny as shit.
Right,
It's real
right,
short.
right.
no,
Is that
I'm
what
I'm
I'm
talking to you. I'm talking.
No.
Because I didn't think they'd have
It's
that.
on his blog.
All right.
I'm gonna do that part. It's fun. That sounds good to me.
I should play
cleaned it
shit
up.
like that all the time and try to jam
You ready?
it.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand for this. So.
Yeah, be sure and play that Jackie Mason. It's real short.
I will.
One of these.
It's really early, John. Let's not get
Maybe.
All right, Sid.
Rather personal question to ask a girl.
Sid, you're on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So so this is a poem about flatulence, and I call this Middelfart, and I named it after the city that I toured in Denmark in 2010. So this is called Middelfart. Butt trumpet blows into mouthing frenzy of frantic fretting. And tooting terror. Okay.
Tooting terror.
You ever hear that old comedy record, the Crepitation Contest?
That's funny.
I had a recording of it at one time.
It's on YouTube about the farting contest, and the guy loses because he shits.
Like it was Australian, right? There's a guy with an
I think it was
Australian
British.
accent.
What?
Yeah.
You can speak.
Oh,
No.
okay, we're not.
You can speak. We're not on.
Okay, good.
You can talk.
Yeah,
To
okay.
me, I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to.
We're not on the air.
We're on the air, but the mics are off.
Okay, good.
So you can. Every time you hear the music, dude,
Yeah.
there's a good likelihood that the mics are off.
Well,
Okay.
these are the mic sliders
Okay,
right
so
here.
John.
So like you're on when these are up.
So
John.
John, I have a request for you.
What's that? What's that?
Keep your head this way because the camera,
Oh.
when you come in,
Oh, and
the camera needs to see me. So
Oh.
sorry.
you can see my ear, great.
Yeah, you blocked me when I was talking, so
Fuck
it's,
off.
it's
You
okay.
could move your chair over a little and you wouldn't have to squirt your body all around.
Yeah, I'm sorry, John.
Oh
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's alright.
Nothing to be sorry about. It's not. Don't apologize. Something you apologize for.
Camera direction.
Yeah, I know.
It is what it is.
It's okay.
I know this shit, right? Another one of these things that my roommate gave me. It's music that she has this fucking fantastic music. You're not gonna listen to it. So we'll go on the mic after this channel to chat a little bit more. And then we'll do some more bits. And then Eileen, what do you got for us today, Eileen?
Well, I got my usual. I got funny stuff. I recorded. I got up at like 7:30 in the morning and recorded that story.
Oh, yes. When do you want to do that?
Whenever you think it fits in.
Honey.
Oh,
I usually just call him honey, but you know.
Don't be jealous.
Try not to.
You know,
You're still my honey.
I didn't have a chance to record anything else. And I found my bug song. I got my bug song on there. Like,
Well, let's get something. You pick anything you want, honey.
Okay, let me look through my.
Pick anything you want and have it ready. And then we need to plug it in through her phone, John. Or how do you do this with her?
I think, if she can get it through her phone, we can just plug it through that white cord.
Describe her.
No, the extra line, Vito.
Yeah.
It's about
Got it.
6 feet long.
Okay, Eileen. Get your thing set up and plug it in.
Into the headphone. That's how it works.
Let me see if this starts at the beginning.
We've got plenty of time, folks. It's only 9:30. She'll go some news. So.
That sounds real clear.
No piano? You want to sweep my broom?
What?
You want to sweep my broom? No? You can be part of that. You can sweep the room.
I might want to dust your broom.
Okay. How long is this file? You keep it in here? How long? I'm just trying to figure all this other time she's got. It says 419 or is that 619? It says 419, right?
Number 9.
Number 9.
418.
418. All right, Eileen, you ready? You be ready in less than a minute?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
plug
I
it
guess
in.
I am.
Yeah, plug it in. Plug your thing in. This cord right here. I'm gonna sit you up right to the
Where is the headphone? At the bottom. Oh, I got the kind that doesn't use a round hole. It uses a square thing.
Okay, we'll figure it out. What was
Is it
that?
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Good. We'll just do it that way.
There. Do Dr. Love.
Which one?
Eileen Weiner channel. Dr.
I've got to
Love.
figure it out. So I got a safety net here. Worry about it. We'll put Jack Mason in the meantime. We'll get that hooked up.
Jackie Mason. That guy's a jackass.
He is, but he's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, in the book, man, they talk about him in the book and how that's what he was. They say he's funny as hell, but such an asshole. Like, everybody, Chicken Beam is an asshole. All these guys are assholes.
He knocked off
I probably
a
got
friend of mine
that
off the bill in
thing.
Chicago in Zanies. My friend Ray Hanania.
Does that help any? I got my thing that plugs into it, but it just plugs into your
Palestinian
phone.
American
Yeah.
comedian.
We
He
need
got
a
tossed off the
connection to
bill.
the board.
So you-
They found
so
out
this
it was
won't
a
help you.
Palestine guy.
No.
I know a girl that dated him for a while. Ex-stripper friend.
But, if it's on YouTube, I can find it on this
Yeah,
computer.
it's on the
Right,
Eileen
yeah.
Weiner channel.
Yeah. If Jimmy will ever let go of the mouse.
Hello. I'm here to talk to you about what's happening in our country in terms of morality. How come people accept the idea that you could be as vulgar as you please and there's no limit to filth and dirt and vulgarity? And as somebody would think that it's impossible to communicate with anybody without dirty words or filthy terminology, disgusting imagery, filthy pictures. Why do we have to lose our civilization just because you want to do something sexy or you want to do something suggestive? There are ways to do it. People did enjoy life before, and they enjoyed movies and everything else before without necessarily being so explicit and vulgar and using filthy words all the time. Is it necessary? You can't enjoy life without that? It's disgusting about what's happening here. Nobody has any self-respect or any respect for anybody else. You can't even listen to the radio today. You would never expect to hear vulgarity when you hear a commercial. Everything is so tasteless and crude. You're sitting in your house, you're having a plate of soup. You're enjoying the soup and you're saying to yourself, wow, this is some plate of soup. All of a sudden you hear a commercial. Hello, you got diarrhea? Now let me ask you a question. Is this what you want to hear at a time like that? So you holler, change the station once you hear about diarrhea.
Oh, cool, I see it.
All of a
I
sudden,
mean,
hello,
right on.
you got constipation?
Put it on at like 24
I don't want
seconds
to hear
because
about
unless you want to hear the
constipation.
yam at the beginning.
Oh, the
You got a
yam is
ripped
fine.
out
Okay.
dysfunction?
We're going to play a song before we go on mic first chat.
Dysfunction?
They want to play a song, regular song. I like that mix up where it's a song and then we bit instead of
I put all my music up there
This was a
first.
private matter. You didn't see the air was full of erectile
Just tell
dysfunction. You can't get away from it.
Okay.
Because of
Well,
the
I just,
pill.
you haven't played any of my music yet. Just saying.
Yeah, it's only 9:30, John.
Okay.
Okay, John. I've also played comedy bits of yours already, so let's give me a fucking break, okay, dude? Thanks, appreciate it.
Everybody's walking around. Whoever erectile dysfunction. And they're all testing themselves.
I don't know what you're running into, man.
And they have erectile dysfunction. This is the most popular pill ever created in America. Now it serves a purpose. And I'm not saying you shouldn't
I
sell
wish
it.
I could find it go fuck himself. That'd be perfect to play after this.
How did they sell so many pills?
It's
I
on
don't even
Facebook.
understand it.
But you know what you
Because
should
they
do
have
is,
no point in actually bought it.
You should
Ask anybody
play
the
the
amount of
friends.
conditions in
There's
it.
an Elvis YouTube thing where he says, fuck you. You've never heard it?
How about I get this thing to
Yeah,
stop,
yeah.
John? Like, stop losing this.
So
So bring this
something
down
you
and
Elvis.
bring it back up again, right?
I hate you Elvis like that.
Like, how do I get the Jackie Mason to stop and start this? Bring this down and bring it back up again? Like, hit
Oh,
this.
the Jackie Mason is on the player.
I know that.
Wait.
Oh, just do that.
Nobody.
Just go to the
Nobody
players.
bought it, they just sold it.
That's not bad.
And you keep hearing that commercial all the time, even Robert Dole. Commercial for Viagra.
Oh, okay.
Guy used to be a
I got you,
senator.
buddy. I got it. Thanks,
He was
man.
in shape to make a
Yeah, so now
commercial
you have-
about Viagra.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
you
see
can
his
use this
commercial?
fighter.
No,
I understand.
I used to be a senator, you know what I got now? Erectile dysfunction. I never know I had erectile dysfunction.
I hope they don't. I hope they stick them somewhere
I said, haha, this
away
is
from
erectile
Aljo's and
dysfunction.
bury him.
Funny as
This
hell.
is embarrassing. By the way, you notice that Clinton never mentioned erectile dysfunction? Why I shouldn't even bring it up about Viagra, because Viagra's not even popular anymore.
He's
Because
got
Viagra
he's got
takes
meter
2.5
than all
hours
the
to work. That's why you don't even hear about it.
This is even
Now they
funnier.
Talk about Cialis. Because Cialis is like a miracle drug, it serves the same purpose.
You know, it'd be perfect for after this. Would be if I only had a dick. That would be better than the other one, which is also like
Before you could even put it in your mouth, just go with your head like this. Quick job.
That's a boyfriend. But don't do that.
Not only works on you, even the guy next to you. What the hell is that? This is an amazing thing, this Cialis. You know why it's selling so much? Because they have a brilliant commercial. You ever hear that commercial? When the time comes, will you be ready? You cannot get away from these commercials. You can be sitting in the church praying, and all of a sudden as you're praying, when the time comes from the ceiling and the walls, from every place on earth, you cannot get away from that commercial. When the time comes, you ever see that commercial? You'll never know they're talking about sex in the commercial. First they show two people swimming. When the time comes, will you be ready? Why, should I swim a little faster? All of a sudden you see two people dancing. Hello, when the time comes. Will you be ready? You're gonna, not so close, I think I'm ready. Never see how they finish the commercial? If it's still working, they always finish the commercial the same way. It's still working. 4 hours later, call a doctor. First of all, it's still working 4 hours later. You gotta be some schmuck to call a doctor. It's still working 4 hours later. Call 4 more girls.
Once again, we're back at Jimmy Potpourri at KillRadio.org. Yeah, so we just heard Jackie Mason. It was funny because Sid and I were off. Michael was talking about Jackie Mason a bit, and I actually knew someone who dated him for a period of
who
time.
dated Jackie.
Yeah,
Mason?
she was an ex-stripper, which is he liked
A
strippers.
random I dated an ex.
Oh yeah, he was.
Why?
A lot of those guys would go. Most of them, a lot of the gigs were like in strip clubs.
Maybe it was
Like
a
these old
Jewish
40,
stripper.
50. Oh, this chick was so fucking funny. She was so great. I really liked her as a person. She was really sweet. And I remember her first paycheck. She didn't quite figure it out. I looked at her and I said, "Would you feel more comfortable if it came in dollars?" Which she just thought it was funny as fuck. Thanks. But yeah, that was very funny. She had a sense of humor about it. I tell you, man, I'm a firm believer. I like people who.
Firm. Did you
Yeah.
say firm?
I am.
Yeah,
I'm a firm believer in people who aren't afraid to hustle for a living, and I put no shame in the game. I don't care if you're a stripper, or a prostitute, someone who cleans toilets, someone who washes dishes, whatever the fuck, whatever you need to do to maintain your life, I got no problem with it. And I've never judged it. I've always felt really open-minded about stuff like this because I don't think there's any shame in the game, whatever game that might be. And I remember she had like 2 lovely, intelligent daughters, twins. They're both like in their mid-20s, college grads, you know, and she raised them being like an old burlesque stripper.
Well, they made money.
She had huge fake tits, and she had a really funny sense of humor about herself. And I was like, oh, I like you.
They had
got
an
along
act.
immediately.
They had costumes. They had
Oh,
an
yeah.
act. They were, you know, you couldn't just be some schlub up there.
One of the things that's really funny about this Me Too movement, which is good and bad, and the life is turning bad, but it started off good, is I remember listening to this woman, a Facebook friend of mine. She's like a burlesque person, and she really went after comedians. And I thought to myself, you don't know what your art form is. I want to explain to her, you should read the history of your own art form before you start going after comedians. Because comedians are half of your art form. That's half the thing. And the thing about, and human sexuality, especially in that form, and even most forms, should be laughed at on a regular basis.
Isn't the
Yeah,
comedian's
sure.
job partway to like hold up a mirror to society?
A little
and
bit,
say,
yeah.
Look at you.
That's the way, hopefully.
Yeah.
And they were
Hopefully.
always the opening act of the strippers too. in
Right,
the clubs.
in between strip clubs, in between strippers, exactly right. All these
Yeah.
guys, you know, some sitting there going, yeah. So I thought it's another thing. I think I thought a little bit about this, I guess, but even the guilty, which there are some of course, have unguilty people in their lives. You know what I mean? It's like if they have children or mothers or uncles or sisters, whatever the hell, who aren't guilty at all, who just happen to be related to someone who is, that hurts everybody.
Yeah.
So there's no gleefulness in there here. I mean, I like getting bad people caught too, but there's no, I'm not going to be like, glee, wow, this is great. I think we'll see what's happening. Maybe we're getting like a bad connection. Check, find out what's happening. Thank you, Johnny.
One of our
Oh,
fans
no.
would be nice.
Could be something. We'll find out. We may tell us the mics are off.
It's just a junk call.
That's where sometimes they tell us like what's going on. But you know, so one thing I always feel like there's no glee
Oh, no.
in badness.
No, we didn't.
There's a funny thing. Like I remember there's a great writer from Chicago, Nelson Algren, who wrote like Man with the Golden Arm and just wrote these great things. Big influence.
So the
on
movie-
life.
You
Right.
stayed with us at some point.
By the way, the mics are on, guys. So if you're talking to each other with the mic in front of you, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it necessarily, but just you know.
It's okay.
Yeah, so he said this thing where Nelson Algren, there was this thing in Chicago when these people got murdered, which is always sad, obviously, and you want to feel bad for the people killed. That's terrible. But Nelson Algren's his comment was also like, we should feel bad for the person who did it, also, because his whole family's been racked and shit. Plus, he's obviously mentally fucked up to want to do that. So it's like, again, there's all kinds of like people being hurt here, and yeah, we want, again, it's funny, we want the bad, I mean, just think about it, you want the bad people out of the woods, but at the same time, every awkward move isn't necessarily bad. Like, we all of us have a past that we might have a few regrets about. We might. And,
Don't look at me like that.
I know, well, I might, let me phrase it, I might, but I'm like, at least they weren't all videotaped.
Oh yeah, that's
You know
right.
what I
Back
mean?
in the day, it was a whole different
You know,
thing.
you're like, okay, I made a few blunders.
And let's dredge up something from 20 years ago and
30 years.
destroy your entire career.
I love when chick goes, I saw Dustin Hoffman naked when I was 16, 40 years ago. And you're going, wow, that's heartbreaking. That's and John Oliver was a fucking prick, you know, ends up like going after Dustin Hoffman at some like, you know, wag the dog ceremony. And you're sitting there going, listen, you English fucking prick who doesn't have sex, they're fully dressed anyways. I've met English people. Give me a fucking break. You unfucking, it wasn't for our financial dollars, you wouldn't make a fucking penny. You'd be in England, you know, doing street performances or something because I don't know what the
Working
fuck.
copy shops.
You know, what are you doing, man? Going after a fucking a movie icon because 40 years ago some chick saw him naked. What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
We used to do that. I mean,
And then like,
in the theater, you know, the people were always running around naked backstage.
right? And there's a really funny line about too. It's great when there's a really funny line about that when Groucho Marx and Tony Randall were in a backstage. And they're just getting their makeup on, they're doing like a performance, whatever. And a bunch of these young women come in the, the backstage area to change for their next thing, and they're popping off their fucking clothes, and putting them back. You know, and Groucho looks at Tony, he goes, "You don't get this in a county. Yeah, I thought that was, it's like, you know, exactly. So that was
That
funny.
reminds me of a story too, of somebody saying they saw Rodney Dangerfield backstage and he was getting ready to go on stage. And, you know, he's getting dressed and stuff and he was almost finished getting dressed, but his zipper was down.
Right.
And they're going, hey, Rodney, your zipper's down. And he's like, yeah, it's hot.
I know, it's a funny line, but Rodney's famous for walking around with his dick popped out all the fucking time. That guy was smoking, he was smoking legal weed in the hospital after double surgeries and shit. He was out of his mind. But I'll tell you something, dude, he was, I love his stuff. I love fucking, and if you, and think about it, analyze anything, which you don't want to do with comedy, but if you spend 5 minutes listening to this guy clearly, you're going, this son of a bitch is sad as hell. You're like, this guy is one depressed dude. We had one of his writers on our show. The guy that was over Rodney Dangerfield coming on the show a few months ago, Howard Berger. He's awesome. He's a like we've had a couple of guests on the show that are actually older than us, which is really rare for us.
And that are still living.
I know. I know. So okay, we're gonna play a bunch more Sid stuff coming up very soon. We got the first of the Eileen thing. Right now, I'm gonna do a quick song, then we're gonna play one of your tunes. All right. All right. Cool. So we'll be right back, and we got much more to talk about. In the meantime, flip them eggs. Peace. That was fun. Oh, I didn't even see that. That's a lyric. I'm surprised. It was track 16, quick. I'm surprised. Sorry. Yeah, it was kind of funny. You guys having a conversation literally next to the mics, with the mics, both mics being on at the same time.
I was just
and it
curious.
wasn't a conversation with us. It was just a conversation.
Oh yeah. I was just kind of curious who called.
It's like the View. It's like the View.
I know. Which one of you guys is Sherry Shepherd? Doesn't believe in flat Earth.
Maybe Whoopi Goldberg.
Me. No, Whoopi Goldberg. She's not Jewish.
Whitney's a lot smarter though.
I'm kidding. I did get a game show ticket this week. So
Imagine that.
yeah, Price is Right. I'm excited. Actually,
Well, you're lucky. You'll probably win God Dog Boat or something.
yeah, my luck, I'd sell it.
Oh yeah, I would. It's all money. That show is the most money-making show in television. Because not only do they have commercials during the actual show itself, they also have commercials in between the commercials.
Flooding everything.
The whole thing is flooding.
I saw it because I only get like one channel now and I have smart TV. And I swear, I think they must give those people meth before they get on there. You know, there's people that win or so.
So John, I just go here to this, right, John, and just hit this thing with a play.
Double click.
Okay.
No, one click. You're right.
Okay. So basically the same kind of thing. Thanks.
The nut fell off.
Yeah, dude, we'll play your song.
The nut
John,
fell
don't worry
off
about
here.
it. We'll play your bits too, I'm sure.
What is it?
I don't have that many. I don't have that many.
It's like a nut. It looks like a nut. It's a little nut. I heard it fall.
I think it's under the black stuff.
Maybe it is.
Oh yeah, Kenny's one bit all night, friend.
It's small, but I'm afraid
They have a huge connection in Illinois to Kennedy.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to do a search for it. I don't know what happened to it. I heard it fall, though.
A bunch of shit under the table.
So what are your songs you brought in, John? I
that's
just
it.
want to hear for
Yeah,
sure.
thank you very much.
The songs you brought
Bill will
in.
be in the mail.
What's that?
The bill will be in the mail.
Yeah, well. Who's mail?
No, there's only four.
Yeah,
Any of those top four are safer.
That's the one I just did this morning. At
Cool.
like 8 in the morning with Stormy Daniels.
Don't know why. 100 grand can't keep you quiet. Stormy Daniels. Guess you're just too hot to handle. We know you've done some humping without trucking. Come on, Vlad. Tell me, did he try to grab you by your cooter? And is he just as tiny as the rumors? You should have charged him half price
Just try to sing it too.
just to be
Which I'm planning on doing
nice.
too. I've got the
We
perfect
thought
song
you were
for
gone
perfect song
and
for
good
Halloween.
as forgotten. But just like in Denmark,
I had to do some on tape too because I didn't have time to do it over.
Maybe one fine day he'll learn to keep his pants on. Who am I kidding now?
You're really good. I mean, you really are.
Who
No,
am I kidding now?
I got it off, so I had to do it again.
Don't know why.
Good.
He just can't do like he oughta. Stormy Daniels
She was in South Carolina last night.
said you
doing a
look
topless
just
show.
like his daughter. That's a handful. He's creepy all the time.
Thank God Lena Horne does it in the key I could do it in.
He's creepy.
All right, some friend of mine's
all
listening.
the
That's good. My friend in Houston, actually.
Good.
Yeah.
This way I didn't have to try to do the piano part too.
We thought you were gone and good as forgotten. But just like in Denmark, something here is rotten. Maybe one fine
It's
day
supposed to be like 2 hours for your voice.
he'll
This
learn
was like 10
to
minutes.
keep his pants on.
Well, I guess I was up all night then because she came. The person I'm staying with came on. She came on. She got up at 1:45, snapped on the light, and just started computing. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. She was like, oh, did I wake you up? And I looked around like, oh,
We'll be
yeah.
back on the mic in about 20 seconds.
Okay.
That's a handful. He's creepy all the time. He's creepy all
Well, you gotta do
the
two. How about you? Very nice.
That bathroom is 30 degrees colder in there.
Especially if you sit down.
213-908-5617, Jimmy's Potpourri at killradio.org. First of all, good morning to you once again, Sid. How are you, buddy?
Oh, I'm nice and tired for a Sunday. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I have a feeling you might be glad you're out of Chicago this time of year.
Yeah, I'm extremely glad to be
That's
out
good,
here.
man. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are around, but we're hosting tomorrow at 6150 Temple Tribal Cafe.
Whoa.
Always exciting, sort of. Well, it can be actually. It's fun. So what else is going on, Sid? What else you got for us, man? We got plenty of time, so we're going to a rush. But you got anything right now for us to do?
Yeah, how about a nice throat singing song for
Okay.
To Wake Up Hollywood?
Sounds good. So I'm going to, what, you need an accompaniment, or you're just going to roll with this?
No, it's going to be throat singing.
Right on.
So this is the theme to All in the Family.
Sounds good. So right on. Once again, R.G. Bunker is with us. So here we go, Sid. It's all yours, brother.
Boy, did we let Glenn Miller play songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. And we knew who we were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't he know welfare state? Everybody pulled his weight. Our old LaSalle ran great. Those were the days.
I don't know what to say to that other than Norman Lear is not dead, but you just might have killed him. All right, we'll be right back, babies. We'll be right back. Take care. Thank you, Sid. We'll be back more Sid,
Yeah,
more Eileen,
yeah,
more James, and more John in a matter of moments. In the meantime, try to put some klezmer music. Peace. That was funny.
I realized the
If he
Mizralu,
was dead, he'd be rolling
the
over his
Mizralu
grave.
is a classical version of the Dick Dale song.
Oh yeah?
That was funny.
Yeah, that's tough to do at 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. And then you're making me laugh. You're just making me laugh. I don't know why. You're just making me laugh. And you were making me laugh. And you were making me laugh. Just because it's so.
That's because you were making that stuff.
You should, when you do that for your performance, definitely hold out those notes for a long time.
God.
Like, you know, I mean, that's the
Sometimes I've been. Sometimes I get pushed. And actually, that guy you went to see, Flabby.
you need some twangy instrument behind you. You know?
Yes, I don't know what to say about him, but I worked for him for about 6-7 years. I'm not anymore. Yeah. That's why I'm doing my own thing now, so if I sound...
Weren't you the lead singer?
No. I'm just a performer. That's all I ever was. I didn't do that much for him. I think I did more for him than he did for me. I think that's safe to say.
What's the deal with the guy that does the thing like an animal?
Oh, that guy, he just...
That was
he's
so
just,
wild.
He's just there. He's just there that one time.
Oh, really?
Yep. I think he used to do stuff for him, but I don't even know what he did because I kind of when I came close to grad school, when I was graduating from grad school, I separated myself from him completely. I had to.
That's, I think probably the nature of being an individual artist too. You know,
Well, I worked with him for many years, and I got burnt after that. I just got burnt and burnt out. So.
understandably. Well, 'cause,
I'm surprised Jim didn't know. I'm surprised Jim
got more
doesn't
in you
know.
than this.
Flabby Hoffman? Flabby Hoffman?
Armina?
Flabby Hoffman.
What about him?
Did you know him?
No.
Did you know Todd Burns?
Vaguely. I think it's something like
Yeah,
I don't
so
know anybody,
that's-
dude.
I thought you did.
I don't know anybody. I mean, I know people's faces and stuff, and I sort of go, oh, okay, I know that person, but I don't know anybody's name. You know, I mean, a few. I know you, people like that.
Right.
I've gotten better at this as I moved to LA, though. Because they do come and go, hey, James, how you doing? And I go, who are you? But then now, the last few years, I've been really saying, who are you? Like Big Docs, man. I met him again. I can't remember his name. I kept him. I said, dude, I can't remember your name. He was so sweet, too.